Hello, and welcome to the ASDRP Researcher Interview Series. Today I'll be talking with Mallika Natarajan. Thank you so much for being here. How are you doing this morning?
Good. Yeah, I just gonna go research after this interview. So
Oh, that's awesome. Great. To start us off, would you tell me a little bit about yourself? So what high school you go to, and then any of your hobbies and things like that.
I go to Lynbrook High School, and in my free time, I like to paint. I like to play the violin. I like to run. I like to hang out with my friends, watch movies. Yeah,
That's awesome. You're the second violinist I've talked to today.
really.
Yeah, that's so cool. A musical ASDRP. Um, so how did you find out about ASDRP?
I found out through a friend who also found out through a friend. Yeah, she was gonna join yeah. She joined like the previous semester and I joined this semester. But we were like into two different groups, so we didn't really see each other that much, but it was yeah, I was really glad she introduced me to the ASDRP.
That's super cool. Yeah, I hear a lot about word of mouth. Um, that's super cool. So how long have you been researching here?
Since the beginning of last summer, yeah, I've researched here one semester and almost two.
That's great. And who is your advisor? Have you been working with the same group your entire time?
Yeah, I've been in MLDD under Mr. Downing. So the RoboChem section specifically. Um, yeah, and
Awesome.
what we do in RoboChem is we create like this automatic chemical synthesizer robot. It's going to be like powered by AI, and the reaction will be adjusted every time to get the correct chemical. So basically, it runs the reaction, we test the results, and then if it's what the ideal result is or not, depending on that, we will adjust the reaction, and that will happen automatically. And then, yeah, that's basically how it goes. And then we try to get the result.
That is so interesting. So have you been working on actually building the robot itself?
I have, yeah, yeah. So our robot is not really like a robot, right? It's just like a bunch of mechanisms put together, um, connected by like pumps, wiring. It's like there's like pumps and flow meters and stir plates and robot arms moving things around. So it's like a big chain of stuff that we're still putting together and planning.
Wow, that is so cool. I would love to see this machine. I hope to see it once it's completed. So what kind of reactions does the machine work on? Like what areas of experiments does this help with?
So it's supposed to be like as broad as possible, but for now we are just working on the synthesis of like a couple basic things just for like a proof of concept. Like benzocaine or aspirin, like the most simplest like synthesis we can like find. Yeah, just to make sure we can get like the process down.
Very cool. So does that machine blend together the work of what other machines might already be able to do?
Um, it's actually like very new territory. There's nothing like really that similar to what we're doing. So it's a very exciting project.
Definitely. That sounds super trailblazing. And so it's bringing together a little bit of like engineering, a little bit of computer science
Yeah.
and chemistry.
Yeah.
Wow. So you're really becoming super well-rounded in just
Yeah.
so many different topics. That is
Very
really amazing.
interesting.
Um, so when you go into lab today, what are you going to be working on?
So this is towards the end of the process. Once we like create like the chemical, we need to check if the chemical is like the correct one, right? So we are going to be using a robot arm to do a TLC test, which basically it it'll show us like a series of like splotches on a little piece of paper. And if those splotches are in the correct spot, then we know we did the right thing, right? So we are working on like automating that process, like see if we can get that robot arm to go pick up the TLC plate, dip it in a couple things, and then like, run the test and put it in like a UV light, like little indicator, like, and then see if we can, get that whole process running.
That's so cool. So today's kind of like a big day, it sounds like, of testing.
Yeah, we've been working on this TLC for a little bit.
That's very cool. How many, so is TLC is a compound? Or how would you
Oh no,
describe what
it's
that
the
is?
name of the test.
Oh, okay. How many tests have you done other than the TLC, or is this like the main one that you've been like fine tuning?
Oh yeah, that's the main one we're working on right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. What has been the greatest challenge you've encountered in your research?
It's a lot of work, like getting all these parts together and at the same time, and then actually putting them together because they're not like really meant to be compatible. So it's like, since it's very new territory, there's like nobody who's like put like these specific things together, and there's not as much of a like precedent, right? So we're like engineering this whole completely new thing and getting the parts from like different places and finding out like how to do it. Basically, it's a big challenge, like all of it. So yeah, so basically the engineering part plus gathering resources.
That totally makes sense. What made you interested in joining this group and working on this project?
Um, I just the moment I heard about this, it was like really fascinating. When I like when I took like a tour of the lab the first time, I came here for like the, like, I don't know, orientation. I just saw this like big like wireframe thing in the middle of the engineering room. I was like, what is that? And then yeah, so I was like, that looks really cool. So I went onto Mr. Dowling's website and I read about this project and I was really fascinated, decided to join it.
That's so cool. Um, that's awesome that you got to tour the lab and see everything in process and now you're a part of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that was the challenge. What has been the most rewarding about your research so far?
It's definitely like going into new territory and learning a lot from engineering. I always like really liked engineering, but I didn't get as like that much of a chance to like, I don't know, delve like deep into new things. And yeah, it was really an experience to research also. Like I never done like proper research before, and this is like really nice.
Definitely. It definitely sounds so rewarding to see something so new come together.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
really cool.
Plus, it was like really cool, like being able to know that you're doing something really new and go online and try to find resources, put them together. Yeah, new territory.
Absolutely. Well, that is so fascinating. For my final question today, I would love to know what advice you would give to a future researcher looking to join ASDRP.
Um, I don't know, don't be too stressed about it. Just go look around for something that you want to do and find, yeah, don't be like too stressed about like, oh my gosh, I really need to get this going. I need to make more and more contributions and I need to like join more groups and see how many papers I can get out. Don't be stressed about it. Just find something you're fascinated in and that you'd really want to spend your time with, rather than forcing yourself to do, like, I don't know, force yourself into like a bunch of projects and spend as much time as you can to like crank out papers or something, right? So find something that you really want to do, that you really want to contribute to and spend your time with.
That's such great advice because all of those things will follow. The
Hmm.
papers and the accomplishments will follow with the passion.
Hmm.
So That's really
And
awesome.
I want to say, like, being a researcher is a really, really amazing thing. It's you get to explore like frontiers, places where people have never gone before. Like there's a couple different kinds of researchers, right? That like explore like the frontiers of our world that are like maybe like space, this like micro world, the ocean, you know, the brain, like places that we can't really like access, right? But there's also researchers that make the world like more safe, sustainable, like equitable. It just make our world like more efficient and just like better overall. So it's just like relish to the fact that you're gonna be a researcher when you're still in high school, and that's a really amazing thing to be.
That was such a beautiful definition. That's amazing. That's like a quote you would put up on the wall about research. That's so cool to hear. Definitely so many different kinds of researchers and at things that you listed, it's awesome to see it happening right here at ASDRP, with all of you high schoolers working so hard. So congratulations on all your accomplishments.
Thank
And good
you.
luck in the future. And thank you for talking with me today.
Thank you so much.
Have a great day.
You too. Bye.
Bye.